Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Few months, the government has been concerned about the state of affairs around the line of actual control, which is the border between India and China. Since January, there have been at least two reports of Chinese incursion onto Indian territory, wherein the China has set up two building complexes, which is said to be in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Now, joining me today is the Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister, Mr. Pema Khandu. Welcome to the Prince, sir. So, I'd like to first start off, we're in this very beautiful district, Shiomi, and in fact, this very month there was a report about China setting up a village 4 to 5 kilometers within Indian territory or India claimed territory. So is there any information, and this happened in this very district, so is there any information about what exactly happened, where the location of this village, has it been confirmed yet?
Firstly, I would like to welcome you to this very beautiful place, Menchuka. And let me also clear that in Arunachal, we do share border with Tibet, China. Not directly with China, but Tibet, China. And regarding the new circulation which you have mentioned that over last few days that a Chinese incursion has been done and they have built some villages in Arunachal, that too in this area. So day before yesterday, I was in that particular area that's called Monigaon from our side, and I had interacted with the defense personnel also out there, and we are very clear that whatever development or activities that has been done, it has been done in their side only. None of the Chinese army has entered into Arunachal, or any kind of developmental works within the territory of Arunachal has been taken by Chinese. So whatever activities has done, it has been done in their area only, not in Arunachal.
So this is over the LAC itself.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. But is there any growing concern among the government, because there was a Pentagon report also about that first village being setting up in another district. So is there any growing concern among the state government, the center, about these kinds of incursion or the PLA build up specifically?
इसमें देखिए कि last I think few months back also there was a report. It was pertaining to the district of Upper Subansiri कि वहाँ भी Chinese लोग आ गए and they have built some villages. And simultaneously, I think few months after also Pentagon has also issued some kind of press report that China has built villages inside the territory of Arunachal. Actually, on ground, this is totally false. Okay. On ground, whatever areas which is under control of our Indian government, उसमें वो लोग अभी तक घुस के कुछ villages वगैरह बनाए हैं. That is on ground report. That's totally false.
So there's no any kind of breach that's happening. You're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but in terms of the surveillance, is there an increase in surveillance? How is the LAC being monitored currently?
देखिए अभी अरुणाचल प्रदेश में हमारे जो सेक्टर है, ईस्टर्न सेक्टर या हमारा वेस्टर्न सेक्टर, तो जो डिप्लॉयमेंट है यहाँ पे वी आर टोटली गियर्ड अप इन टर्म्स ऑफ मैन पावर ऑल्सो. तो यहाँ पे जो आर्मी का जो प्रेजेंस है काफ़ी यहाँ पे हेवी है यहाँ पे, और टाइम टू टाइम जो भी पोस्ट वगैरह उनको जो दिया है, एंड वो लोग अपना पेट्रोलिंग वगैरह यहाँ पे अच्छी तरह से यहाँ पे कर रहा है.
So, sir, when you go to the root of the problem, this is something that's understood, is that a reason why these incursions can become frequent, if you're saying that they're not happening, is because of the very little development that has happened on this side, a policy that was actually initiated under the Congress regime. So what do you have to say about that?
In terms of border area development, the government is very much focused. Particularly, I must thank the union government, because the trust that has been given over last 7 years, it has been tremendous. Now you can see that across Arunachal Pradesh, our basic connectivity infrastructure, that is road, is being improving now. All the district headquarter roads are being double laned, construction is going on, and towards the border also, in terms of army infrastructure, lots of permanent infrastructure are coming up now.
But what is the long-term plan? Because there is a definite discrepancy on development on this Indian side, and how facilities, there's so much more facilities on the Chinese side. So what is the long-term plan for developing these border regions?
Particularly for development of border areas where our local population exists, उनका डेवलपमेंट के लिए already Government of India has a vision long time back कि border area development program. उसका अंतर्गत में बहुत सारा फंड्स दिया जाता है डेवलपमेंट के लिए, एंड अबव ऑल recently we have devised a mechanism in collaboration with the Indian Army, the ITBP and also the BRO and along with the state government कि border infrastructures को किस प्रकार से develop किया जाए तो Home Ministry is also monitoring and I am very hopeful that this project will be sanctioned very soon.
And one of the effects of there being little development, people have been moving out. Do you see a counter trend? Have people been migrating back to the villages now?
Yeah, a little while ago I was just mentioning about connectivity, particularly road. And what I'm trying, as a chief minister, I'm trying to visit all those remote areas where basic infrastructure is lacking. So, as a chief minister, from our side, from a state government side, we always encourage to our own people that you should stay in your own village. But saying so, if you don't provide good connectivity, it's impossible to stay. For them to in such a remote places. So our trust will be definitely connectivity is our major trust. So in all sectors, especially in roads, now the pace of work is coming up. Is coming up in a good speed.
So you would say that people are moving back to these villages?
Yeah, exactly. Slowly people are now in a trend to move back, yes.
And when we talk about the funds itself, to develop these areas, something that your Deputy Chief Minister had mentioned, Mr. Chawna Main had mentioned, is that it's been difficult to get funds sanctioned from these, developmental banks because of China's claim over Arunachal Pradesh, it being a part of southern Tibet. And I think your government has also asked the centre to kind of compensate for these funds. So where have discussions gone in terms of that?
Yeah, in fact, unfortunately, due to this kind of impractical claim, Arunachal has been debarred with the the facilities of the external aided foreign funds. Whereas rest of the country they are enjoying, but Arunachal we never had this external aided fund. Saying so, but the government of India is also trying to compensate this gap in central sponsored scheme. If you talk about RIDF, NLCPR or NESID and everything, central is also very much trying to compensate the same amount in terms of those particular schemes.
So the centre has recognized this as a problem. Have they increased compensation for this in that case?
Yes, definitely. As I mentioned, RIDF component has been increased a lot now.
Now, I want to come specifically to the state politics itself. You were a congressman, now you're, with the BJP. But when you see the Congress party in the Northeast itself, it used to be a political force, the only political force. Its strength has declined, its numbers have declined. What do you think? And recently we saw that, 12 of 17 of Congress MLAs in the state of Meghalaya also joined the TMC. What do you think ails the Congress party?
I think not only in Arunachal and Northeast, but the whole of country, they have voted for Congress since last several decades. But over the time, Congress leadership has failed to address the problems of the people across the country. And Northeastern states, it's a very, all these states have their own problems and challenges, and saying so, opportunities also as well. So until and unless central leadership वो लोग अच्छे से जब तक हैंड होल्डिंग नहीं करेगा तो स्टेट हमारा नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स लोग प्रोग्रेस कर नहीं पाएगा बिकॉज वी ऑल हैव आवर डिफरेंट चैलेंजेस सेंट्रल लीडरशिप हैज़ टू बी वेरी मच फोकस्ड बट वी मस्ट थैंक to our BJP leadership that over last 7 years particularly under the dynamic Prime Ministership of Narendra Modi ji, Northeastern people have got lot many facilities. So the हम लोगों का जो outlook हो गया Northeast का, it has been tremendously now changed.
But do you think that the BJP understands the Northeast? I mean, with them implementing the Citizenship Amendment Act, which had a huge resistance in the region, do you think your party has been able to exactly capture the kind of nuances, political nuances that exist here?
I think BJP is the only party, national party in the country who actually, tries to understand and, और वो अंडरस्टैंड भी करते हैं क्योंकि दे टॉक बिफोर कमिंग अप जैसे यू हैव मेंशन अबाउट दिस सिटीजनशिप एक्ट एंड ऑल बिफोर फाइनलाइजिंग दिस सिटीजनशिप एक्ट ऑनरेबल होम मिनिस्टर श्री अमित शाह हैज कन्वेड ए मीटिंग with all the chief ministers including Arunachal तो स्टेट स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम्स को भी पूछा कि सिटीजनशिप को लेके अरुणाचल में क्या प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है and wherein we have requested that Arunachal being a tribal state and we are under the ILP regime of BEFR 1973, so Arunachal should not be included in this Citizenship Act. And likewise, Arunachal has been exempted, so this kind of consultation has been, done before also, yes.
But there's something interesting here, sir. I mean, I interviewed the Meghalaya Chief Minister, Conrad Sangma, last week, who, as we know, is from the NPP party in alliance with BJP in that state. He had said that the large trend has been for the BJP to grow in the region is you take MLAs, you take leaders from Congress party in this case mostly. And you had joined the BJP, and he said it's not a very sustainable model when it comes to increasing numbers, increasing its influence. So how would you comment, how would you respond to that?
See, like I have mentioned, after independence, entire country was Congress only. जितनी भी political parties निकाला है, Congress से तो निकल के आया. तो यहाँ पे अभी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का प्रेजेंस हर एक स्टेट में, एंड इन पर्टिकुलरली इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश everyone likes the culture of BJP because BJP leadership is very much focused, and BJP cadres का जो training model होता है, that nation first agenda, देश सबसे पहला एजेंडा जो होता है, so saying so, and Arunachali people are very patriotic also in that manner, so people like and they accept BJP from the core of their heart.
And the last question I would have is about a different issue. It's actually about how your government demanding for separate civil services for the state. So how far has the center relented to that?
This is one of the very concerned subject since our state. We have been into independent state since 1987, but unfortunately we are still under the this UT cadre. बेसिकली हम लोग जो पॉलिसी मेकर्स जो होता है, वी कम फॉर 5 years इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, हम लोग पॉलिसी बनाते हैं, बट इम्प्लीमेंटिंग एजेंसी जो होता है स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ब्यूरोक्रेसी. सो अरुणाचल इज सो बिग, इट इज़ द बिगेस्ट स्टेट इन एंटायर नॉर्थ ईस्ट, and we have around 26 major tribes and more than 100 sub-tribes in Arunachal Pradesh. So to understand their problem, one should own the state. And unfortunately, the bureaucracy structure of Arunachal Pradesh is so temporary that the officers, they come here for only 2 years of posting. I don't blame those officers. They are quite brilliant. They are fantastic officers. But unfortunately, the system doesn't allow them to stay more than 2 years. So after completion of their tenure, they have to again be उन लोगों को posting जाना पड़ता है. So at that 2 years of time, आप planning करेगा, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करके प्रोजेक्ट ख़त्म करने से पहले ही आपको यहाँ से तबादला हो जाता है, पोस्टिंग हो जाता है. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द मेजर हर्डल्स विच आई सी, एंड आई हैव बीन वॉइसिंग आउट दिस इशू इन द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो, एंड होपफुली सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भी इसको प्रॉब्लम को लेके पता है. एट द हाईएस्ट लेवल इसका भी चर्चा हो रहा है होम मिनिस्ट्री का अंडर में और डोनर मिनिस्ट्री में भी. होपफुली इन कमिंग डेज आई थिंक सेंट्रल विल एड्रेस दिस प्रॉब्लम.
Thank you so much for joining us at the Prince, sir, and for your very elaborate discussion on the border issues specifically. Thank you.
Thank you.